This game is a test game. We needed the points badly. They also needed the points so that they can work with the top limit. So I know it's not going to be an easy game for us, but kudos to the players. They give their best. You know the league is fight to finish. I know we are still battling on the relegation zone, but for now we are still ahead of them for United. We have 3 more matches to go, and believe me, with my boys, I have that belief that we are going to win the remaining 3 matches.
Yeah, it wasn't bad one. Yeah, indeed it's a derby, a local derby. We know ourselves, we know brothers. But so unfortunate that we couldn't get the 2 points that we wanted. But it's not over, we still have 3 more games to go. So I believe that it's going to end well. The ticket is ours, and at the end we'll get it.
Better.
Yeah, we could have won the game. We have a first chance in the first half, and we had the second one in the second half. Couldn't convert it. So that was why the game ended, the result ended.
Well, it's okay, I'm happy. Of course, they will not expect that the game will be like a walkover. EFCC, if they lose, they will go to relegation. So they also need to win. We want to go to promotion. So it's both sides are looking for something. So it's a very good game. And you should know that it's a game of, it's 2 brothers are playing. Both of them know themselves, the 2 teams, all the players, they know each other. So it's a very good game. For me, I'm happy. It's a local derby. It's just like Atletico Real Madrid. It's also like that. When Liverpool is playing everything, you see Man City, Man United, that's how it is. So that is how it's supposed to be. So the 2 teams, I'm sure they'll be happy with the points. Of course, you should remember that even if we are in the Premier, we also meet in the FA Cup, so they will always be the derby. So the truth is, we still have 3 games to go. So both we, Sokoto, both
FCT. It was a good one there, looking at the FCT match that had to do with local derby, EFCC versus City FC. It's a big one there, El Clasico, FCT El Clasico, you can just call it there. Welcome me on the show, 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Ajishafe. A good one from the 2 teams, while one was actually looking to qualify for at least the MPFL, the other one was trying to fight away from relegation. Good fight that actually happened between the 2 teams. It ended 0-0 between EFCC FC of Abuja and City FC of Abuja. Both of them share the sport there. Well, we have to look at that particular story because it's our local sport. We have to promote our own always. Looking at the result of the NNL now. 2 matches were actually played just yesterday in the Nigerian National League. The result, we have Gateway United. They lost against Bende of Insurance in Benin by 4-0. A big one for Bende Insurance. Just more points. They will qualify for the MPFL in their own group. And EFCC versus City FC. City FC were trying to actually up their game. They were having 28. They added 1 more to make it 29, while they were hoping to meet up with El Kanemi. Well, EFCC also, they share this point there. They have 1 more point and they have 21 points. Looking at the way the table is standing in Group A1 and the Northern Conference, you look at El Kanemi Warriors, 31 points. City FC of Abuja with 29. Sokoto United with 27. But City FC are closing the gap. Well, 3 more matches to go, and hopefully, if they can meet up those games, hopefully they can make it up to El Kanemi World. But El Kanemi, right now, they know what is at stake because they've been there before, they have experience, and they are really raring to go. EFCC, they have 21 points, just 1 point ahead of Zamfara United, who are standing 8th on the log. FWC champions and Oyasport are already out, so the battle is still on between City FC, El Kanemi, and also Sokoto United, ABS of Ilorin, Yobedeza Stars, Mighty Jet International, and you have EFCC fighting relegation. Joining me to talk sport this hour is Charles Ohaji. Good to have you, Charles.
Yes, thank you, Adini.
And you look at that particular local derby, this as FCT El Clasico that happened just yesterday.
Yes, thank you, Tony. Of course, as you all know, derbies are always like that. Yes, for me, for the city, at least in Abuja, we wish to see us hosting a Premier League club in Abuja. I mean, it's long overdue. I don't think for a very long time we've not had that. So, of course, with Abuja being the capital city, we should have a team representing Abuja in the Nigerian Premier League. And I look at City for me, so I'm rooting for City FC at this point because they are the only people that look they can sneak into the MPFL. So for me, I know City have a match with FW's Family Worship, and they don't have a hope. So I hope something can play. They can pick those points so that they can fight Academy and come back to the MPFL. So we Abuja fans can at least have a first view of watching our own in the professional league, the Nigerian professional league. So it's a good game for them. For EFCC, of course, at this point, any team fighting relegation, it's always difficult to play against. So I think the points were quite okay for 2 of them. City should be grateful they picked a point, and EFCC should be grateful they picked a point because it's always a derby among these 2 sides. If you know them, the players, they know themselves, they've all been in the same team, the team are together, the coaches are friends. Of course, we are all members of Coach Association, so they know themselves well. And of course, it's a good match for the both of them.
And looking at why it was a big one, because why? City, they were trying to see if they can get 3 points and close the rank against El Kanemi. AFCC, they were fighting relegation. So, and it was a very tough match because I saw 2 players of City FC, they got injured. Very, very serious injury that they sustained in that game. A very tough match.
Yes, thank you, Tony. Beyond just being a tough match, of course, as you said, it's a derby. Most derbies are always like that. At times, derby goes any which way. It can go any of the sides could win it. So, but for me, the 2 of them have something at stake. EFCC are trying to remain in the league. City wants to win, wants to get to the MPFL. So you can see the 2 of them needed this match the most. No one needed it more. But again, because these players are friends, they know themselves, it's a derby. Of course, that one also is at stake. There is this pride at stake too. I wouldn't want to lose to EFCC, I wouldn't want to lose to City. But that's why it's a very important and it's a very tough match. And of course, they both share this point, taking a point apiece, at least to see how it's going to help them boost their fighting of relegation and coming back to the MPFL. But in all, I think I wish City had picked the point. Because City had picked the point, we'll have been sure of having an MPFL, hoping to have an MPFL team here. So which one do we take? EFC going for relegation or having an MPFL team? I think I'll go for having an MPFL team against EFC going for relegation.
But still talking about it, but a lot of people were like, okay, EFCC, there is no way they can. But the major thing is the fact that both of them are actually fighting for something.
Yes.
They don't want to go on relegation.
Yes.
And if they should allow, or they should actually reduce their pattern of play, City will qualify. They actually close the rank, but they will go on relegation. So they have to fight for a point, which actually is giving them that chance now to have a point ahead of Zamfara United.
Yes, of course. As I said earlier, you see, it's not just about it's not only about the what they have at stake, but again about the derby, about this. There is this pride that comes when you have football. I don't want to lose to City. Of course, when the City come on board, the owners are City FC. I know Coach Kabiru. Coach Kabiru will not want to. He's a coach that puts so much at stake as, okay, I lose to Family Worship, I lose to City FC. And he's not a coach that wants to lose. I know him being a young coach, a coach that always don't want to lose to his neighbor a derby game. Kabiru does not want to lose a derby game. So you can see the performance of the players. They all played to their best. I mean, injuries came up. Of course, they are all friends, but again, it's football. The spirit of football is always there. After every game, we come back together. That's why it's called spirit of sportsmanship. So they come back together and they are all together as one. So, but for me personally, I'm a fan of City FC. At this point, it is. So I wish City FC well. I wish they can pick that ticket and let's see an NPFL team in the city of Abuja. It's long overdue. Adeni.
It's long overdue. Looking at that particular big one, El Clasico. That is the local El Clasico anyway. EFCC versus City FC in Abuja. Area 3 football pitch. It was a fantastic game between the two teams. They fought hard, but they had to share the spoil there. A good one for those two teams. Now let's talk about beach soccer, beach volleyball rather. Well, it has been a wonderful one coming from Nigerian Volleyball Federation. As they said earlier, that they will be going on tour of Nigeria, starting from Yola at Adamawa State, and now 2022 National Beach Volleyball Round 1 tour kicks off in Yola. That will be at the Polytechnic there in Yola, where teams will be fighting now to play. And this is very good for Nigeria because a lot of talent will be discovered for both male and female teams that will be playing, because it's like going down to the grassroots, really going to those clubs in the grassroots to get a lot of talent for Nigeria when it comes to beach volleyball. Now let's look at the teams that will be playing today in the men's fixtures and also in the women's fixtures. You have Games Village. They'll be playing against Taraba Spikers. Sand King against Kada Kings. NCA, that's Nigerian Customs Service 1 against Customs Service 2. Jigawa Spikers against Califes of Sokoto. VGC against Kada Stars. G-Rank Spikers will be playing against Equity Spikers of Kebbi. Adamawa Spikers 1 versus Adamawa Spikers 2. Samba Boys of Sokoto versus Live Camp Volleyball Club. Good one there. Those are for the men. They'll be playing their games as the tour is taking place in Yola. That's where it's starting from. They'll be going around Nigeria. Let's look at the women. The fixtures for women. G-Rank Spikers against Sand Queens. You actually have Sand Kings in the men's version. Taraba Spikers for women versus Adamawa Queens. Kawayada Emirates versus Customs Service. That will be happening also in the women's version of the National Beach Volleyball Tour going around Nigeria, starting from Yola, Adamawa State. Well, good one. At least it's be going around Nigeria and we'll be discovering a lot of talent when it comes to this sport called beach volleyball, coming from Nigerian Volleyball Federation. They are doing wonderfully well, trying to promote volleyball in Nigeria.
Yes. Of course, thank you, Tony. You see, of course, in Nigeria, football, basketball, and athletics have overshadowed almost all games. But volleyball is a very strong game. It's a game that, of course, it's more like football. A lot of people play volleyball. The Kada and the Customs are one club that for over the years, they've always been in that sector of volleyball. They've always promoted volleyball. Especially the Kada Kings and the Kada Queens, they've always been there playing volleyball leagues all these years. I'm not praised to COVID. Of course, when COVID came, a lot of all these games were put on hold. I mean, COVID really did so much bad to sport all over the world, not just Nigeria. So it's a good one that we are beginning to come back from that era of COVID. We are beginning to see sports coming back, for talents coming in, discovering talents. Because as I can see, there are a lot of talents in Nigeria everywhere. Nigeria, of course, is known as a breeding ground for especially in volleyball. So I'm happy that we are beginning to come back with this sport. They are coming back to life. We are seeing them hosting, going for grassroots scouting program, competitions, tournaments, leagues are coming up. So it's a good one for Nigeria, a good one for the sport. Of course, with this now, of course, we expect the youths to be busy, talents everywhere, and everybody keep up. So it's a good one. And of course, volleyball is a game that I personally have passion for volleyball. Just that I couldn't play it much because of football. Yes, but of course, even in football, volleyball, almost all of them, they all have almost the same rules, similar rules when you look at it from every point of view. But again, it's a good one for Nigerian volleyball sport. And of course, I expect to see us do more better when we go to international competitions of volleyball. And see us with this, I expect us to start picking medals from international competition and exposures.
It is very possible because very soon now we're going to Mozambique to play over there. Talking about big soccer, well, all of them are interwoven. Big soccer, beach volleyball. Beach volleyball is going around Nigeria now, and it's going to be starting from Yola, Adamawa State, where they'll be going on tour of the 6 geopolitical zones of the country. Now, let's go to football again. This time around, WAFCON. Women Africa Cup of Nations. Well, some matches were played yesterday. Good one for Zambia, as they were able to win. They pipped Tunisia by a long goal. Good one for Zambia. They did well. And you have Togo. Togo also, well, they tried their best. It was a 1-1 against Cameroon, where you see the Lionesses of indomitable Lionesses of Cameroon struggling. They will have to play 1-1 against Togo, and you have Zambia defeating Tunisia. So good one for Zambia. They've also scaled through to qualifying out. Congrats to them.
Yes, good one. Of course, for the WAFCON. WAFCON has been so interesting. Of course, we've seen some teams like Togo, teams that are not really, they were coming for the first time. We've seen them trying to make impact. We've seen the game going on well. For me, the officiating has been very good. I have to point out in this AFCON, I've been able to watch the Nigerian game that we lost. Of course, the officiating of the referees where they put their foot on the ground. So officiating has been good, and of course, once officiating is good, we're going to enjoy the game. The game is going to be more interesting, more lively, and of course, and players will be able to express themselves more. So it's a good one for African female football. I mean, at least it's showing that the dominance of the Nigerian over African teams, of course, these teams are beginning to come of age. They are beginning to get better. They are beginning to learn from the Nigerian team, because the Nigerian team is the one that has created all these avenues, this opportunity. If you look at all these teams, you discover that some of them, like in Togo, you see a lot of Nigerians. There are Nigerians playing in every of these countries. Burundi, Burkina, you see Nigerians. I remember that we have a lot of players in Equatorial Guinea. Yes, Equatorial Guinea playing for this country. So it shows that Nigeria have been able to bring the female football in Africa. We're able to take it, hold it high, and of course, we expect to see an African team play in the final of the World Cup. That is, of course, that is target. We wish the Super Falcons to see them play in the finals at the next World Cup they're going to.
Hopefully that will be happening. We just hope that we can see at least an African country getting to the final, according to Charles Ohaji there. Now, still talking about the WAFCON. Injury blow concerning Nigerian star Asisat Oshoala, as she has been ruled out concerning her games now because she sustained injury in that game against Bayana. So painful, one of our best players, if not the best player that we have. But really, Asisat Oshoala will be going back to Spain because our club, Barcelona Femenino, already, they've taken up the case right now by allowing her to come straight down to Spain for them to assess the level of that injury. Although according to the media, the medical personnel, they said, well, it's a grade 2 injury, and now Asisat is out of this particular competition. Totally.
Yes, yeah,
it's a big blow.
Yeah, a big blow, and really a sad one for the player, considering that she has been nominated for the African Female Football Award, and of course, for me, she was one of the players that was actually leading in that competition. Of course, I expect her to win that award. But of course, with this injury blow and stopping her participation now in the AFCON and the WAFCON, I don't know how it's going to look like.
Because that could actually, that was one for the club side, she scored 20 goals.
20 goals.
Yeah, she did so well, club side, yeah. But in continental-wise or national-wise.
That was what we're supposed to. We're supposed to use this WAFCON now as a yardstick to see how well she has done. But don't take that away from her. She's the biggest property in football in Africa. As the whole of Africa, there is nobody that has achieved so well like her. She has done so well, especially for the Barcelona female team. She has been wonderful. She has been exceptional. She's a player at any time you call upon her. Her dedication to national duty, her determination, her composure, everything she put all her best into it. So it's quite worrying. It's a sad one, especially knowing that Nigeria right now we're a bit struggling after losing our first game to the South African women. We expect with her around, we're able to pick up together and move. But again, most things happen and it turns to blessing in disguise. I expect now maybe as she's not going to be there, maybe someone else
that player should just
and now step up that
all the players.
So we can now see another exceptional player coming out from this Falcon team.
It's just like saying we are going to win this for Asisa Oshoala.
That's the thing. They're going to win. So the whole players are going to come and play for her. And of course, I look forward to Falcons winning it because this is not the first time. We've had this season whereby we've lost to the same South Africa. The last one we won, we lost our first game, our game to them. We went ahead to win that tournament that year. So I expect us to still go ahead to win it this year. Yes, our game actually, the first game we had was not that impressive for me. And I didn't know why it was so impressive, maybe because of the new people that came into the team. But I expect us to have a good game, and it's a pity she's not there.
It's a pity and very, very painful that Asisa Oshoala is now out of the competition. Now, let's look at CAF, Confederation of African Football, released the 30-man list as a women player of the year list. They actually released it, and now we have 4 Nigerian players that will be participating in this award. They've been nominated. The likes of Oshoala, Asisa Oshoala, who actually won it 4 times. Chiamaka Nnadozie, a goalkeeper, Ajibade, and Kanu. They all get nominated for this award, and hopefully one of them can actually scoop it. We just hope that will happen, looking at the performance of the likes of Asisa Oshoala and also the remaining players that were actually nominated. Let's look at that particular list, talking about the 30-man list that was nominated by CAF. Now, we'll be looking at the fact that Asisa Oshoala is part of that particular list, and we look at Uchenna, and also not forgetting our goalkeeper that has to do with this particular player of the year. Well, all of them, 4 out of 30, at least is far, far better than the men. We only have 1.
Yes, of course. Yeah, of course, it's far, far better when it comes than the men. Of course, for me, the women have only, when it comes to women football, of course, if you list, for me, I expect to even see more Nigerians in this list than having just 4. But of course, those 4 we see are quality 4. I know among those 4, the way it's going, they are so quality that I know that definitely one of those 4 will clinch the award, because of course we're the defending champion, and of course we are going to still be the current champion by the grace of God. But again, I mean, the men, it's quite impressive to have some number.
Well, we have 4 out of the 30 list. As we are rolling the list there, just looking at the fact that the likes of Ajara and Children Joya of Cameroon, who plays for Inter Milan, Perpetua Guiacom from Ghana, who also play a game over there in Sweden. Not forgetting Fatima Tagnad of Morocco, Asisa Oshoala, Nigeria, who plays for Barcelona Femenino, Rasheedat Ajibade, Atletico Madrid, Chiamaka Nnadozie, who plays for Paris FC, Uchenna Kanu, Nigeria. Well, she actually played over there in Mexico for Tigres now, and the rest of the likes of Andile Dlamini, South Africa, Mamelodi Sundowns, Bani Mbane, Tembi, Christina Gatlana, who plays over there in Atletico Madrid. Now you have a lot of them who actually been nominated by CAF for this particular award. 30 of them, and we have at least 4 out of the 30, and hopefully one of Nigeria will be getting it. Still talking about this award, we also have the Young Player of the Year category, where we have the likes of Monday Gift being nominated in that particular award. There are 2, we have the Young Player of the Year, where we have 2 Nigerians that's been nominated in the award. We have Monday Gift, we also have Floris Sebastian, that's the Young Player of the Year for women. Floris Sebastian, Gift Monday, 2 of them from Nigeria. They make that particular list of being nominated among the nominees for this Young Player of the Year. And also the Club of the Year. Club of the Year, at least you have one of the club from Nigeria, Rivers Angels. They made it. They were able to be nominated. And you have Mamelodi Sundowns, South Africa, Asakas of Ghana, AS FAR of Morocco, Malabo Kings of Equatorial Guinea, and you have Wadi Degla of Egypt, AS Mande of Mali. Those are the teams that actually made the Women Club of the Year, talking about this particular award. But we also have 2 players in the Interclub Player of the Year. Interclub has to do with 2 players in Africa. Monday Gift also made it by Osa Queens. I also have Magdalene, who also is the second person that was nominated.
Yes, thank you, Adini. Adini, you see, when I see all these list ruling of comment. Of course, it's always a good one because you need to also encourage, because this is going to encourage a lot of teams that are going to make it to this CAF award. Even though I know CAF just make this nomination, and of course, at the end of the day,
be prone down
to one, maybe just one
to
or
five,
two.
from 5 to 3.
But it's good to make the nomination, because when you do that, you make everybody, you carry them along, you improve, you increase their morale, their confidence, they are happy, they're excited, they know they are there. But when they gift is a young player that is exceptional, it's a player I really want to see, it's a player for the future. For me, I think she should win that award of the youngest player in Africa, because she's a player that has come of age. At her little age, at very tender, she has been giving out. What she has been doing on the pitch of play have been so impressive and exciting. It's a player I think the Africa and the world should look at a spotlight on her. But again, let's see what happens at this AFCON. This WAFCON should determine, I think, a lot of things at the end of the game.
Let me ask you, if from the way it is, at least there's every guarantee that Nigeria will make the top 3.
Yes, no, there is every guarantee. In fact, they'll make the top. That's for sure. They will, because as I said, women football in Africa starts with Nigeria, and I wouldn't say it ends with Nigeria, but it starts with Nigeria, because Nigeria, so far so good, it's the only team in Africa that has been able to bring that women hold, keep the flag flying. They've kept the flag flying for women in Africa for a very long time. For the past 10 years all over, they've been doing that week in, week out. So I expect at the end of the day, I expect to see Nigerians making the top 3 in all categories. Even at the club side, of course, I expect to see Rivers Queen, making the top 3. So I expect Nigerians to make the top 3 in all categories in the WAFCON. In Nigeria, female football in Africa. And
hopefully, I'm very sure that Oshoala should be among the, if maybe because of AFCON, or WAFCON, or whatever it is, but if you talk about women football in club side, she deserves to be there.
Not just club side, she's the biggest property. You know, if you look at the list of 30 players, when you look at everybody where they play from, it's only, from the club she plays for Barcelona, and of course, Barcelona, not just Barcelona, but Barcelona has dominated football. The female have dominated all football events all over in Europe this season. They've won the champion, they've won everything with her. So I expect her to pick that title.
Hopefully, she'll be able to win it for the 5th time. She has done it 4 times alongside Perpetua and Kocha, also of Nigeria. We'll see who will be winning it this time around. That will be it on 360 Sport on Trust TV. It's been a wonderful time with Charles Ohaji. Good to have you.
Yeah, thank you, Neil.
I am Adeni Achishafe. Thanks for watching.